So I just recently went to Florida. Yes, again. And I went to Disney. Yes, again. I went to Hollywood Studios and I had the pleasure of making my own lightsaber. Now that we have this lightsaber, the question is, where do we put it? As it turns out, I had the perfect spot for it. This is a curtain rod. Why is there a curtain rod in the middle of the wall in my office? The reason is because I used to have a window here so that I could look into my neighbors next door. Okay, that's not true. My desk used to be here instead of here. So this would have been behind me. I used to hang the green screen off of this when I would do some freelance video editing so I could blank out the background and do like a reaction thing. And I could never be asked to take the curtain rod down. So what better way to finally utilize this curtain rod that's been sitting here for no good reason for years now than to hang the lightsaber off of it. Now we all know that I usually favor rectangles, but this is made out of cylinders. So in order to effectively hang this thing from the curtain rod, which is also made of cylinders, we're going to use cylinders to our advantage when we design this thing. We're going to use a couple of donut shapes. We're going to connect them with a rectangle, but it's getting cut and being rounded off, just so that can function as an arm to connect it to another donut. We make sure that the donut piece at the top is open so it can just kind of hook onto the curtain rod. Make sure there's a good adequately sized hole for the blade and a good adequately sized hole for the hilt. Then print them out and boom, here we go. Blade side, hilt side, and it's just gonna hook onto the curtain rod and we can slide the lightsaber right through when we go hang it up and hang it like that. And I really like this color shifting filament too. The material is called EPLA Silk Magic. I thought it'd be perfect for this because lightsabers obviously are sci-fi and the color shifting just kind of gives it that whimsical look. So all we got to do is come back up on the step ladder and then we just grab the rod side of the hook, whatever you want to call that. And we hang up the large side over here so the handle can rest inside of it. And then we grab the blade side, which is much smaller for good reason, and we hang it on that side, and boom. And then all we have to do is slide the lightsaber in, and we are home free. We've got a spot to put them. So we got the lightsaber hung, and that's really cool, but now we have the issue of these things, and these are additional kyber crystals. You can buy these from the store right there in Galaxy's Edge at Hollywood Studios, and you open it up and you get another crystal, which you can change out in the lightsaber, and it'll change the sound effects and the color of the blade and everything like that. So yes, indeed, there's a blue crystal in my lightsaber that I got from the experience itself, and I purchased a red crystal and a white crystal. So when it comes time to displaying these, what do we do? So I was browsing one of my favorite websites to get 3D models from for printing called Thingiverse, and I found some really great models. But my favorite one only gave you a way to display the canister itself, and I wanted to have the crystal outside of it. So what I did is I grabbed that model and I hopped in my design software and I worked some magic to extend it. That way it had a little bit more of a foundation to it. And then I grabbed this shape and I manipulated the dimensions a little bit so that it would kind of sort of fit how these are pointed down. And then I used it to cut a hole out of that new extension I made. And then I printed it in their respective colors. And of course, a couple buddies that were with me have additional crystals, so I printed them in their colors as well. But I printed red for me, white for me. When you get one of these crystals, you get a little paper that describes like whose crystal it is. And the way this is designed, you can just slot the paper right in. And now it's a name-plated crystal displaying crystal holder for the kyber crystals, and they can go sit on the shelf. So now right over there, I have a really nice display for my kyber crystals and the lightsabers right up here. So if there's ever a call to action, all I have to do is grab the lightsaber and change the crystal if I really need to and go take care of business. And on that note, as hard as Jarvis and I worked on the eradication process to get rid of our pest problem, I've been hearing stuff, so I know they're still in here. So if you'll excuse me, I need to go finish this.